Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for Frame Arms Girl, Gourai. And this is the first one out of the series. It's made by Kotsubukiya. And I'm actually very excited for this one. It reminds me a lot of Kankoli, where you have basically girls on battleships. Now you have girls on kind of like futuristic armor. Kind of like the AGP2 by Bandai. A lot of things molded together. But I'm really excited for this one. It's a mold kit, and it's based off the Frame Arms kit Gourai, I believe. So on the side here, can give you an idea. Really nice, and a gimmick which you can have an alternate pose, which I'll talk in also in a bit, and you can customize it by adding the MSG weapon sets, also made by Kotsubukiya. And yeah, there's a lot out there. You can just swap parts, which is great. And let's see if it's pretty much that side. Retails about 4,800 yen, roughly about $50. Maybe a little bit more depending where you get it. And I believe currently it's kind of hard to get inside. Sold out. And you have alternate faces, as well as the decal sheet, which we'll go over. And I think that's pretty much it for the box. Let's take a look inside. It's an illustration booklet, pretty much the same as the box art. Inside that gives you a little bit more details, as well as how to paint it. Kind of interesting that they put this on the second page. Usually they have it on the back side. And the instructions on how to build it. It's actually quite straightforward, very easy to build. And how to apply the water slide decals, which I have not done so. And more shots in here gives you more ideas on how you want to pose it or what kind of weapon sets will fit. And I think that's pretty much it for the booklet. Alright, we have Gourai here, and actually I don't have the original Gourai kit. Yeah, it's one of the older ones, and the newer ones is a lot cooler. And I do hope that they make like the Magatsuki, if they ever, or Magatsuki, if they ever make a Frame Arms Girls of that, that'll be great. So she can actually stand without much problem. Just a little bit of balancing since the backside is a little top heavy, and she does have small feet. Yep. This is a really nice mold kit. They have much problems, although there's a few things which I will go over in a bit. And get the blade here. Well, I'll just put it aside. Sometimes I tend to knock it off. Alright, really cool. So in terms of articulation, we have the head here. And I believe you just kind of like your Figma or SH Figure Arts, you can swap the face through here. It's an easy swap. Yeah, nice details. I do have a little bit of problem with the neck though. There's a little gap there. I'm not sure if you can see that. I tried to push it down, but not as much as it goes. Oh, you got the shoulder here. The joint is actually pegged inside once you press the chest together, or the torso. So it's in there, and you cannot pop that shoulder joint off, which might be a good thing. But one of my problems is this part here. When you push this in here, and later on we're gonna do the swap, it's quite stiff. And even doing the bicycle swivel, you see that the whole shoulder joint is moving along with that. So you gotta be careful when you twist it. Make sure this thing is locked. Then you have the elbow bend, which is just a 90. Kind of wish there's more, or they added a joint on the wrist here a little bit more other than the ball joint. But if you added more articulation, that might go with the or kind of like it might become more fragile, basically. Her chest. Actually, when you're building this, it's kind of weird that it's quite flat in that area. But you do have this armor here. It does slide up and down. Not sure what the significance of that is, and if you are curious, it's like that. So it's quite flat there, and now you just have this joint here, or a C-clip, which pegs in place. And there we go. Alright, so you do have a abdomen, I think you can see if I can pop this off just to show you. So there's a polycap there, and there's a peg joint here. Yep. Alright, going further, for the back here, it's actually, I think it's on a straight, no, actually there's a little tab there to prevent it from turning. Not sure why. Oh, it's there. There's no side skirt or anything. She does have this skirt, but it's molded in. Moving down, we have the waist, which is great. A little bit limited. And I believe you have a swivel right here. The two plastic meats, and I think it's just a polycap as well there. You can remove this armor. There we go. You got a little bit of a knee joint here, or the knee armor joint. Then I think it's I can't remember if it's double jointed. Yep, it's double jointed on the knee, which is great. But you got this thing on the way, unless you fold it down, then you get a little bit more, but it just gets I don't think it works that way. Then you have this little tank treads here, which probably helps her propel or move forward. So it just slides down. I did really watch Code Geass, but the things they use the same style, where it just drops. So it's become round like a rollerblades. And for the ankle, it's actually a joint. It's one of those angled joints, so it gives you quite a bit of articulation there. This part here is all molded in, and I think that's about it. In terms of construction, there's quite a bit of seam lines, especially when you join two plastics together. But if you were to do seam line removal, even here on the side here, it's a little slightly unsightly, but from afar, you won't see it as long as you remove the knobs completely. And again, if you do seam line removal, it's even better. But she looks great. Alright, let's go over the accessories. Alright, for the face, you get two other ones. Basically just looking left and right, same mouth expression, just different eye gesture. Kinda wish there's a third one where, or actually a fourth one, where it's kinda goofy. Just, something random. And you also have the decal sheet here, which I have not used yet. Water slide. They give you the eyes again, just in case the ones that are installed got rubbed off. So this gives you an opportunity to reapply it, which is nice. That's really great. At first I was wondering, how come they keep adding this eyes? I already have it since they already pre-applied it here. But again, there's a chance that you might rub those off accidentally. Then you have a choice of what kind of underwear she wants, or what kind of panties. There's quite a bit, and again, they're water slide decals. I might put the Gourai, it's in white light, I'm not sure if you can see that in some of the numbers. Maybe a bear also on the side, on the shoulder. But I'm still thinking about it. Alright, and I can't remember where you put the stripes on. I have to look it up, but there's that guy on the second page. Moving on, you get a variety of hands. So the first one, we have closed fist, and that's, you get a pair of them. Then I have one already. You get a pair of kind of like an open hands. There's no details on them, unfortunately. And this one is for the trigger finger. It's actually, you can use this for pointing also. Actually on the, I think in the booklet, it's telling you to paint the armor on the hand with that same color. I might have to go through my local hobby store and find that right shade of tan. Other than that, you also have the relaxed hands here. I'm not sure if I already went over that. And you have a pair, which I already have there, for holding the dagger or any other staff, pole, whatnot. Well, while we're at it, it just slides over. I have the knife here. It's really basic. And this one doesn't even have the serration, which might be good. Sometimes it's good to have that detail, but this one feels like you just have a kitchen knife or something. Also, I kind of forgot to go over this, but there is a turret on her back here, which is cool. And it's just on a swivel there, a joint, and a bowl, a bowl joint actually. There's no poly cap there. Yeah, that's great. It's like a tank, a mini tank. Or a personification of a tank. Did you have this weapon here, which you assemble? You only get one though. Kind of wish there's another one, but it's kind of nice. I'm not sure why this flap open. I remember building this for my other kits. Actually, there was an MSG weapon set for this. I think I used it for my Kobold and Strauss combination, which looks great. So this does have a couple of ports here, and I don't think in this kit that you have that extension. Although, trying to think, yeah, this one, nope. Just wondering if there's a way to connect this on her other than the hand. But it's a nice rifle, and likewise needs details. Alright, to put this on, we can swap out the hands. Now, one thing I don't like about this is, I think this is plastic, so it's all pre-molded all together, and you have that plastic to plastic, and it's rubbing off the edges of the ball joint there. So after a while, it's gonna wear out, unfortunately. And I think on the picture it's showing that she's holding it on her left, since you have the turret on that side. But there we go. I think it's a little too heavy for her. But she can hold it. And again, unfortunately, there's no wrist joint or kind of way to bend this, you know, a bit more. Maybe that works. Yeah, I kind of wish you can bend this wrist area here. It's, especially when she's doing this. Maybe you can, but starting to do that. So this is, yeah, it's pretty much it. The other weapon, other than this turret here, and the knife. So there's 3. Let's see. Other than that, that's pretty much it in terms of weapons. And there is a gimmick, that additional pose. And let's go over that. So for that one, you're gonna have an alternate hand here, and it's a fixed pose. And at first, like, it doesn't have articulation, but it reminded me of Fig Fix. If you're familiar with Figmas, they have a new line right now, and I'm still waiting for Shimikaze. And basically, what they've done, actually, you can even mold this. I mean, fold this on the back here if you want to just hide that, which is nifty. So what I'm trying to, yeah, let's remove this one. I was gonna say something, I kind of forgot. But yeah, Fig Fix. So Fig Fix is basically, if you already have the Figma and they made a Fig Fix where it's a fixed pose, but a certain popular pose for the particular character, and I think you get something a little extra. So that's we'll remove that part and put this on. From experience, best to remove this part here, because it's gonna be a struggle pushing this in. I kind of wish they've incorporated polycast, but it's too small, and I can understand why they've not went that route. There we go, and there's a black tap. I'm not sure if you can see that, but and let's put this back on here. There we go, and we can rotate this back. Alright, so you got this hand here. I mean, you still have that rotation on that part, but I really don't like the way we have to. It's too stiff. Next part, we have the leg, and same likewise, the leg is fixed post. He does have quite a bit of things to be put on it, which is cool. But with fixed post, actually, I think I had a little hard time having her stand with this. So you pop this off, and this one's a little different, and this is actually a little too loose. We have to use that technique to tighten joints, and you can have her stand with this thing on the back. I think it'll be a little too hard. Let's see if I can do it. No, come on, you can do it. You can stand. Yeah, this thing keeps popping off. Anyways, if you are also wondering, if you have an extra Figma stand or a Tamashii stage jack, it's the same, I believe, 3mm joint system, or the peg system, and basically you have a Figma Gourai. Just kidding. So that's there, and you also have this extra piece here, which is basically her boots, her leggings, and it's nice. And this one kind of just drapes over, and it kind of makes you wonder how this all fits in there. So this is kind of like when she's still in the dressing room, putting her armor on, and this space on the back here, it's not quite a secure fit, and this is my problem where things just, it stays in there, but I would just recommend super gluing it in place since there's no articulation on it, and I think it'll be better to prevent it from popping off. And the next part is trying her to get her to hold it. Gotta have her lean a little bit. Come on. Yeah, it's a little, and then you get this part popping off. Not only that, this is not secure. So, might have to be a little patient, and I think I got it. Alright then, am I going to keep it in this pose? Maybe, but I kind of prefer this leg, as well as she's able to use the other hand for other things. And I still need to fix that joint. That was loose. Anyways, moving on, we have extra parts. This one, I think this is for the normal Gourai kit, but you know, might as well try it on. You can peg this on here, or any peg joint, and I just noticed that you get this little plastic here, and I think you can even mount this on. Actually, no, it's just there's a square, and I think that's the only place to have that. And if you do want to mount this, I think I mentioned before that I was looking for a means to mount this. There we go. Looks crazy, why not? And I'm trying to think if there's a way. I think there might be a way. Maybe swap this to here. There we go. Just gotta think outside the box. Maybe there, or even on the shoulder armor actually. Let me actually swap the shoulder back, and maybe I can reattach this on her shoulder. And there we go. I just basically mounted on the shoulder right here. Works quite well. And if you want to just have it on her shoulder, that looks great. Yeah. So I just basically swapped the handle from that, and actually that I think that's where it actually fits quite nicely there. And you actually have two of them. And basically, if you have other MSU weapons, which I'm gonna go over now, like this one here, if you wanna wield the Gatling gun, you can pop this out and use this, which fits nicely on their arms. And I think I can. Yeah, I think I might be able to do this. Let's see. So I got that hand there. And where is the trigger finger? Although I could just use the regular hands here. Sorry, I'm so we can pop this out and have her hold on this since it's upside down. Although I don't think that's gonna work that way. Well, you just flip it over. That's a great thing about this. There we go. So if you can really weaponize your frame arms girls, you can. That's a great thing about this. I'm really happy they released this line. Alright, let's pop this out. Put this on here. I think the only limitation you have is the articulation. That's my only gripe. And just have her. I think I got it almost. I think she's able to hold this. I just have to open up the fingers. There we go. Come on. There we go. Now once I put this on, the other part will pop off. It's usually the case. So where are the other? And there. And I could probably attach more. There's a lot of ports outside. When I add more stuff like this. Mini cannon, why not? Let's see if this will work. Come on. There we go. See, if you can go really crazy with this. And then put all this MSG weapon sets. I even have a sword here. Or even this. Or just a regular pistol. So it's great if you already have been buying the MSG weapon sets for other figures or model kits. This gives you an option to put it on this. And if you're wondering how it is to scale with the Figmas, I think it's slightly bigger in comparison. We have a Figma Nagato here. Yeah. So it might not work. Well, depends. There's other Figmas out there. Maybe the bigger ones might be to scale with this. But regardless, they're nice on their own. And considering that you're getting a model kit, considering you're getting an awesome figure, and it's a girl on like a tank basically, which is cool. And there's a lot of variety of weapon you can add on this one with option parts, and you also had that kind of like an option with a fixed pose, like what they have for figs. Yeah, there's a lot you can get out of this. There's a lot of in terms of playability, posability, and plus you get to choose which panties you want to put on her. So I would say this is a good deal. A very nice kit, and I would highly recommend getting the Gourai. And now I cannot wait for the upcoming or the future releases. I think there's one Stiletto, I think it's next. Yeah, that'll be great. And I kind of wish they do this for, there's different frame arm style. As you check them out or build them, they kind of have a common armor for a couple of them, then they change it a little bit on the next one. Like Magatsky and I think Gourai or Dorga, their design is the same. Then there's, I think, Wilbur 9, and there was another where they're busy bikes. They have a similar design. Then you have this. Yeah, it'd be cool to have to see that, or as this line progress. And I think that's about it. If you have any questions, let me know. I got mine from Ami Ami. And again, hopefully they will re-release this if it's sold out right now. It's a great kit. I would highly recommend getting it. Alright, so until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.